In the heart of a city that had forgotten its own soul, the alley smelled of damp garbage and lost dreams. Shadows clung to the cracked walls like parasites, and laughter felt like a distant echo. Here in the grim recesses, Big Bird was no longer a cheerful, towering figure of joy. He was simply Big, a gaunt, faded creature shrouded in urban grime. His once vibrant yellow feathers had dulled, and his eyes, once bright and full of life, now reflected a weary, haunted glimmer. Beside him stood Snuffy, his best friend, a gentle giant whose lumbering form offered a small measure of comfort amid the bleakness. But even Snuffy seemed burdened, sagging under the weight of the city's despair. Big had fallen, not just tricked, but truly fallen into the cracks of this concrete jungle. Survival here required harsh choices, and Big had made one that stained his feathers darker than the alley's grime. He dealt drugs, not out of malice, he told himself, but from a twisted sense of duty to protect Snuffy, to shield them both from crumbling into the city's forgotten dust. The substance he sold was known as Glimmer, a synthetic euphoria promising a fleeting escape back to brighter memories. Yet in the whispers of the underbelly, there lurked a more insidious substance, snuff dust. This was no mere high. It was rumored to peel back the layers of reality, unveiling the world in raw, unvarnished truth. Dangerous and addictively potent, it was something Big had always steered clear of, until the unforgiving winter struck. Food had become a scarce commodity, and the cold seeped into their bones. Snuffy had grown quieter, his gentle hum replaced by mournful sighs. When the offer arrived, a chance for a substantial score that could lift them from this bleak existence, Big felt a tug of desperation. With it came a small vial of snuff dust, a sample meant for him or a special friend. As he looked at Snuffy huddled against a graffiti-scarred wall, shivering, an idea rooted itself in Big's mind. What if the dust could revive Snuffy's lost joy? What if it could help his friend forget their grim reality, even if only for a fleeting moment? With the vial clutched in his large feathered hand, Big approached Snuffy. "Snuffy," he whispered, his voice thick with urgency. "Big found something special, something to make the world bright again. Just for a little while." Snuffy lifted his head, trust gleaming in his eyes, a silent question in his gaze. Big hesitated, conflicted by the weight of his friend's trust. But the biting cold, the gnawing hunger, pressed him onward. He uncorked the vial. "Just a little, Snuffy," he murmured, pouring a small amount of the shimmering violet dust into his palm. Snuffy, led by his innate curiosity, lowered his trunk and inhaled the strange substance. The transformation was immediate and terrifying. Snuffy's eyes dilated, morphing into swirling pools of violet and black. A guttural gasp escaped as his body stiffened, trembling in violent spasms. His soft brown skin rippled, adopting a rough texture, and he emitted a high-pitched keening sound that shattered the tranquility of the alley. "Big, Big, the colors! They scream. The air, it tastes of fear. The walls, they breathe." Snuffy's once gentle voice became a cacophony of disjointed cries, filled with a horror that left Big paralyzed. Snuffy thrashed against the alley walls, a tortured figure caught in an overwhelming sensory storm. Days blurred into weeks, and Snuffy was never the same. He wandered the alleys, a tragic shadow of his former self, eyes wide with unfathomable visions, the violet dust clinging to him like a shroud. His cries echoed through the night, a haunting reminder of the innocence lost. Big, tormented by his choice, attempted to reach out to Snuffy, to bring him back from the precipice. But Snuffy only responded with fragmented phrases about colors and fears, lost in a world that now belonged only to him. Each transaction he made felt like a betrayal, the glimmer turning to ash in his claws as guilt consumed him. At night, amidst the city's muted hum, Big you'd catch sight of Snuffy's hulking silhouette, twitching under a flickering streetlight, pointing at shadows that seemed to whisper secrets. And in those chilling moments, Big felt an accusation in Snuffy's gaze, a silent judgment that pierced the darkness. Occasionally, when the wind curled just right, Big could still catch a whiff of that sickly sweet scent of snuff dust mingled with despair. The city had claimed Snuffy, but it was Big who had opened the gate to that abyss. Now, as he wandered the endless urban night, he was forever pursued by the ghost of his best friend's shattered mind.